Well, hello everyone and welcome to this video. My name is Ricardo Ferrari. I am logging into the Zoom video from San Diego, California. I want to welcome everyone. I'm on the Zoom here with two wonderful ladies. One is Jeannie Grosso from Honolulu, Hawaii, and the second lady is Mary Lolito from Boca Raton, Florida. I got to know these ladies very, very well. We're working together, and we wanted to give you some new information about the company that we're working with, which is called Radiant Life. It's a fairly new company in the world of anti-aging. However, the company in the back of us, it's a 30 years old pharmaceutical company that has been in the medical technology industry since many, many years. I found this company by mistake. I was just browsing the internet one day, and I arrived at this website with this huge statement, and it really raised a lot of interest for me because I've been a marketing entrepreneur now since the last 28 years. And I was able to get involved with real big brands that started from nothing, and then they became multi-$100 billion brand or multi-$100 million, a little bit of both over the years. So I know what it is to have, pretty large marketing runs, but I kept on missing the anti-aging industry. In the last few years, I've seen different companies, not one or two or three, but several of them, coming out of nowhere and be able to achieve 300, 400, $400 billion volumes in like 4 or 5 years. And I said, I want to look behind this company because they had a statement on their site that said, no one can reverse aging, but we can reverse aging in the skin, and a double-blind, placebo, randomized human clinical studies proven. And having worked with a lot of doctors over my career, I know what that type of study is at the highest level of pharmaceutical drug studies that can be done to prove whether something is working or not working in an unbiased manner. So I became very interested in the company. I started doing some research, and I found out they have a new technology that has $170 million worth of studies. $100 million came from the company, $68 million came from the US government through the Pentagon and through the National Institute of Health, and another couple of millions and maybe a little bit more came from the government of the Netherlands. That's what I call some serious studies. And consequently, I wanted to fly to the company to really meet with the owners and really learn more about this technology. They were kind enough to host me for a couple of days. And when I got there, I really found out some wonderful things that got me very, very excited about this company, about this technology. And basically, I found out two things. Number one, what causes the aging process in the skin? Well, is the same cause of chronic wounds. Chronic wounds are wounds that cannot heal, which in the 80s and 90s used to be a huge problem. And this company has been the world leader with the exclusive patented technology to close chronic wounds and save a lot of lives around the world, because a lot of time those wounds then turn into amputation and 50% of amputees die. And now the same cause of chronic wounds has been tied into the cause of aging. What causes aging is a family of little nasty enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases. To keep it simple, we just call it the protease enzymes. If you have protease enzyme in your skin, like has been proven by very, very extensive studies that you have them after age 25, that is what erodes and destroys collagen, glycoproteins, elastin, and all extracellular matrix components. And there is really no product that you can use to actually stop that process. And this is the only company in the world that can not only stop that process, but then it can actually reverse it. And consequently, that is a huge, humongous news in the industry of anti-aging. Why is that? Well, in the skincare industry, you have a lot of nice companies. They all have good products. They say they have studies. And I'm sure they have a lot of good moisturizers, oils, and emollients, and all the things that make you feel good, right? Aloe vera, for example, is a very good ingredient. However, there are companies out there that are claiming antioxidant technologies or peptides or growth factors or stem cell growth factors or fibroblasts and all these names that you hear in the industry, and they are attached to a lot of claims that most of the time are not proven by studies. In other words, when they're talking about repairing or reversing or like collagen stimulation, breakthrough technologies, unfortunately, when you look behind every single one of them, there is really not a lot of facts behind those statements. They really don't have that much. And consequently, actually, what's happening is that the entire skincare industry, which right now it's about $500 billion, and it will be about $1 trillion in the next 3 years. You need to think of your skin like this book. This book has a cover right here, right? And then you have the pages, which represents 95% of the book. Same thing with your skin. Your skin has 3 outer layers, which is the very thin part of the skin. And then the big, juicy, thickest part of the skin is the collagen and elastin. And this keeps on going away, and people keep on throwing $500 billion a year on this, and they keep on aging. Because if you don't do something about this, your skin will still wrinkle, will still collapse, will still lose thickness, firmness, and consequently, you're still going to keep on aging. So this is the only company in the world proven by $170 million worth of studies to have a product that is capable of treating 100% of the skin. And this was kind of a shock in the medical community, the esthetician communities, the plastic surgeon communities, because that's what they're looking for. This is the whole answer to anti-aging. And consequently, that's what we bring about. And, we have a 30-minute presentation that you can watch. We have a whole 1.5 hour training that you can get deeper into the ingredients, into the facts of the technology. And we can do that. This is just an introduction video. What I want to do right now, I want to invite Jeannie and Mari to speak a little bit, because they've been in the skincare industry from the esthetician viewpoint since many, many years. I know Mari has been also running a plastic surgeon office with her former boyfriend and all of that. So these ladies have a lot of experience. And also to kind of prove one more time, because this product has been marketed before coming into the industry of direct marketing, the direct marketing world. This product has been marketed through doctor offices for a couple of years. So we have cleared the filter of the medical community, unlike many other companies that are constantly in conflict with the medical communities because of what they say. So we are at the completely opposite spectrum of the industry, and we have a tremendous, tremendous run. And so let me welcome into this conversation Jeannie Grosso. Jeannie, come on in.
Yes, hi. Thank you, Ricardo. My name is Jeannie Grosso, and I became a licensed esthetician 20 years ago in South Florida. Anti-aging and skincare has been an extreme passion of mine. I owned and operated a wellness center, medical spa in Fort Lauderdale for 13 years. And some of the things I've noticed from my clients and myself and personal use, I used to use every single product, all kinds of professional lines. I was always asked to compare different products, and I was really getting tired of the hype. I was getting tired of everybody saying that they can reverse aging to the skin or defy age or lingo like that. And it's just hype. And when I saw the science on this, that it had a double-blind placebo randomized study, that it reverses the effects of aging to the skin. It restores and regenerates collagen, and it prevents collagen loss. There's nothing out there on the market that does that. I've never seen anything like that. Me personally, I've all kinds of medical peels from the dermatologist, the plastic surgeon. In my spa, I used to use the galvanic. I used light therapy. I used aromatherapy treatments. I've used all kinds of treatments on people's skin to help promote collagen, to help their skin look better. But I never had anything that they could take home and use every single day and love it and never go off of it. I started this product 5 months ago, and the first thing I noticed was the scent of it was so lovely. The texture, it lifted my skin. My before and after pictures are on this webinar that is more detailed. And my results were in my first 28 days. It completely lifted my skin. And I'm at the point where, over 15 years on and off, I've been getting repeatedly injections, and I'm never going to do that again. I don't need to do that anymore with this product line. So I was telling my friends about it and other estheticians, and they can't believe it when they saw the science and they saw my results. And Mari Lotito, she is a friend of mine from Fort Lauderdale. We used to work together. and I would like to introduce her and tell her testimony.
Well, thanks, Jeannie, for having me, and Ricardo. I'm super excited to be here to share a little bit about my story with Radiant. But a little background. I have been in the cosmetic industry, cosmetic surgery, and anti-aging industry for some time. My ex-fiance and I owned a medical practice in Fort Lauderdale, and consequently, that's somehow how we met, Jeannie, you and I. And what we did in our practice was taking care of, we did lipo, we did all kinds of skincare treatments like chemical peels, Botox, Restylane, Juvederm, all of that stuff. The other thing we did a lot of is skincare treatment. So after their laser peel or their chemical peel is to be able to sustain the results they're getting or to heal in that process. So we would put people either on Obagi or Skin Medica was one of the products that we actually promoted quite a bit. We found that to be very effective. And over time, one of the things, as being one of the buyers in the practice of products, we looked for several things. And number one was texture, like you mentioned, the smell, the efficacy, does it work? And then the safety of it. And what I found so far with these products, being on them for the last 2 weeks, is that they smell delicious and they seem to taste good because my dog likes to lick it off my face. And the texture, I've been using the products and I can feel the smoothness on my skin. And I'm super excited about that because I had a little bit of the crepey skins going on my legs and in my arm. And I'm starting to see less of a prominence in the crepiness, the wrinkle, the little crinkles. So that's super exciting for me because that would actually keep me from having to undergo surgery with respect to that. In fact, one of the reasons that I got on this, and Jeannie, you shared this with me, but when I was listening to the webinar, and as Ricardo spoke, when he got to the part of talking about rejuvenating the skin, rebuilding collagen, that piqued my interest because I've used a lot of products out there over the years, and I've not been able to see that. You know, I've gotten up there in age, and I see that I am losing collagen as time goes on, no matter what I do with whatever products. And I use a lot of medical grade products. I don't buy the store-bought products. And I'm not seeing, I'm still, regarding all of that, I'm still losing collagen. So it piqued my interest, and I decided to get on board. It also will avoid me from having a mini lift, because that's one of the things that I'm in the market for right now, unfortunately. And I'm seeing remarkable difference in just the 14 days that I've been on. And within the first 2 days, I noticed that my blotchiness of my skin disappeared. And immediately I've been sharing this with my friends. In fact, as the webinar was going on, I text my friends, OMG, this is huge. I had 5 people that I text in the evening telling them about this, and they're all wanting to hear, what is it that you got going on? What is it that makes this super special? And I realized what makes this super special is the fact, again, that it can rebuild collagen, and I don't believe there's anything out there that can match that. So that's my story. Thank you for having me.
Sounds great, Mari. Thank you so much for sharing that. We're excited, guys. We have a technology that is unmatchable anywhere in the industry. I spent the last 4 months breaking down every single company out there, anything that you can find at the drugstore, anything that you can find at Bloomingdale with the designer brands, what you see on television, the Hollywood ladies brands. I broke down the direct marketing companies, which seems to be hyperbolically growing out there. And then when I go to this medical skincare lines like Skin Medica, Lancers, Neostrata, Dr. Obagi, NeoCuties, which are sold in plastic surgeon offices, I realized that they are really at the very, very top of the industry. They use cocktails of technologies, and they are still not capable of doing what Radiant Life is doing, because we have a cocktails of technology also, but we know now that unless you get rid of protease out of your skin, you're going to lose collagen, you're going to wrinkle, your skin is going to thin out. And that's what the $68 million government studies were all about. They wanted to know why the skin of senior citizen becomes so thin at one point, because then it breaks down and it goes into chronic wounds, and then they spend $45,000 on average per wound. So These are government interests, guys, and this technology delivers that after all these years, and it comes out of a pharmaceutical company. So we are a manufacturer to consumers. There is no middleman here. You can go on our website, you can buy the product, you can try it, all right? And as I mentioned before, if you want to watch a longer presentation where we go into details or even an entire training on it, we'll be happy to send it to you. So I don't know who gave you this video, but contact back that person and get all the details. And we hope to see you with your testimonial very, very soon on Zoom as well. Take care. Have a nice day.